As she said, my name is Tammy. I work with the Ryan International Group of Schools. So on behalf of Dr. Pinto, Madam Pinto, Mr. Ryan Pinto, and all of the Ryan International family, we especially want to thank you all for being here, for putting excellence in education, setting the example, and being here to have these discussions. What a great way to start with strategies, to share ideas, to come from the classroom, yes, but to go back, ready, willing, and able, with wonderful brilliance, with ideas, with inspiration to give to all of the teachers, administrators, students, and even to the parents, to all the stakeholders of education, that we would spread in them the idea that there is a need for policy, for practice, excellence in all of the above. Our schools number over 120 institutions with more than 200,000 students. So yes, there is a lot going on, but it is just a glimpse of what is happening all over India and around the world. So to get to share some of these ideas is especially rewarding. There is no way that we can do it. Like we said before, the teacher has to be there, yes? And when we're here face to face, the exchange of ideas becomes even more evident. It becomes even more real to us so that we can take them back. When I first came to India some 12 years ago, I was impressed at first the most with the wide range of colors I saw. It seemed that the rainbow here must have more colors than the rainbow in the US where I had come from. And I learned later that that spilled over into many different areas of the culture here, into the food, into the tastes, into the way that we communicated, the different sounds that I heard, so many languages, and then the mixture of the languages depending on where you came from, and then where your new family, the one you had married into, had come from, and so many different aspects. So how can we teach children that come from this rich culture? How can we involve them in the world that is around them immediately and then expansively around the world? You see, there are so many opportunities. We've talked about how we're preparing these children, yes? We're investing because we realize that it's not just what happens here, but what is going to happen through them around the world, beyond our borders. They have so much potential, far beyond what we truly can imagine here today. I wanted to share this quote with you that I had read recently. India was ranked at 32nd position in terms of world competitiveness by the International Institute for Management Development, the second best performer after China of the BRIC economies. That's pretty staggering, yes? 32nd in terms of world competitiveness, and yet we know there is even more potential to advance further up that list. In order to do this, we have to assess our curriculum. We have to use assessments to assess that curriculum. Formative assessment comes in the form of classroom activities, cooperative and individual, group projects, topical reports, internet research exercises, open discussions. They all help a teacher evaluate what kind of learning is happening in the classroom. And then with that data, we can determine what should be or should not be included in the actual curriculum, the textbooks, the taught curriculum, the understood curriculum. My observation here is that curriculum assessment leans more toward curriculum mapping. It seems that it's more about whether or not the board standards have been met, not whether or not the children are getting the information that they're supposed to be getting from that syllabus. It's a process, not a program. And just as we desire that our students develop a passion for the process, we too must relish that process and not simply go through the motions so as to reach the finish line, only to arrive without experiencing the journey. There are lots of ways to go about evaluating and recommending what we could do with curriculum, as that's my area. To fully assess the teaching and learning in India, I think that there are lots of processes we could go through. But we have to determine what best process we would do and then follow it step by step so that it can go not just through this process, but gain insight for all the stakeholders into the need for such a learning environment and all of the goals that will be involved. We need to mind the gap. Yes, we need to do curriculum mapping. We need to make sure we're not missing a step. a very crucial step in the process of the teaching and learning engagement. John Erskine, a professor of English at Columbia University, was a very interesting man. Not only was he an educator, but he was a concert pianist. He wrote 60 books. He was the president also of the Juilliard School of Music. Highly sought after, he was very funny. He got everyone's attention anytime that he spoke. Upon his death, he was being remembered by his wife, who said he was a good teacher because of his own excitement for learning and his trust in the future. This is what he told her one day. "Let's tell our young people that the best books are yet to be written. The best paintings have not yet been painted. The best governments are yet to be formed. The best is yet to be done by them. Every individual is gifted by God to achieve something unique in their lifetime. If we can create, implement, and assess education to push our students toward that destiny, they will go well out of their way to meet our expectations and even surpass them." Thank you so much for your time today. I hope that you've enjoyed the sessions and that each and every speaker here will continue to inspire, to bring you up to a new level so that you will take back with you, as I said earlier, brilliance, ready, willing, and able.